What's up, guys? Alright, I'm gonna tell you an interesting subject. If I can just hold on to the loader. Halos. They've gotten a bad rap over the past couple of years. And I don't really see why. I mean, they work flawlessly. Halo is probably one of the best loaders I've ever used. Because I've tried all sorts of things. I've tried Evolutions, Eggies, none of which work. I mean, man, come on. I don't own a rotor. I'm sure. I'm not trying to piss off a whole bunch of rotor people by saying a rotor is crap, but why do you need I'm not saying this, but a rotor is a little bit overkill. I mean, why do you need to be able to shoot 50 balls per second? What situation do you need to be able to do that? And if you say tournaments, yeah, I know, but there's no gun that even shoots 50 balls per second, so why not sell for the next best thing, 35 balls per second? I mean, if you really need like 50 balls per second, then I suppose you can have a rotor. But you don't really need 50 balls per second. 35 is just good for me. And honestly, it's a really good hopper. I mean, stock. I used it stock. I mean, when we were playing Woodsball, what happened was I wasn't smart and didn't put on enough grip tape around this thing. So it did slip off. That was my fault, but not the loaders. Dropped this in a mud puddle. Picked it up, put it back on the hopper on the gun. Worked flawlessly. It still works no matter what you do to it. I mean, it's just a really good hopper. I use this thing in the rain. I've used this in practically every situation, you know, including snow. Yes. Even in snow, this thing works flawlessly. I don't see why people are giving it a bad rap. I mean, the lid is great because it's magnetic. When you have the magnetic lid in, it works pretty well. It doesn't mean it's magnetic. And people would say, oh, the magnetic lid is going to pop. No, it actually doesn't. It really does stay still. It doesn't open. The Halo's a little heavy, I will say that. And it is a little beefy, but I like the beefy look. And you know how, like, on rotors, how they have that little thing in the back that, like, lifts up slowly as the paintballs go through it? Well, that's the same in Halo. They have one, too. If I could only show you. Well, anyways, see how this is angled? It keeps the paint so that it falls down this way and goes into there. And, bro, look, if you have a problem with it being eye sensitive, there's also an upgrade you can get for it that'll turn it into a Halo B2, which is sound. Now, I personally like eyes, because, well, I mean, lets you know when you're out of paintballs, always feeds. Whereas with sound, if you are, like, really shooting a low recoil gun, you have to adjust to the sound settings. There's just too much programming. And the board, it's stock, I will admit. But look how easy it is to program. Hold down. And the amount of lights before the red one, oops, that should turn it on. Hold it down till it goes red. The amount of green lights tells me I'm on. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I want to change it, I just have to press it once. That's mode 1. Mode 2. Mode 3. Mode 4. Mode 5. Mode 6. And after that, all you have to do is just let it and it will turn off. And you get to choose what it is. So, like, if you are shooting a really not so fast feeding gun, like if you threw let's say you had a Tippmann and you threw it's going to be ridiculous here, a rotor, it's going to probably crack some balls. It's going to probably crack some paintballs in there. And it'll run out the battery faster, because, I mean, you don't need to shoot that fast. It's going to work. So you're shooting, what, 2 balls a second on a Tippmann. Not giving a bad rap on Tippmanns. Tippmanns are great. Always trust Tippmann. So I'm not trying to piss off all the Tippmann people. But, I mean, if you threw a rotor on there, you don't really need that. I mean, with this, you can just set it to, like, 17 BPS, which might be the best you can get off of a Tippmann. A, rental gun. I'm not saying all Tippmann's 17 BPS either. Trust me, I learned my lesson. Flashback. Alright, continuing. But yeah, I don't see why Halos have gotten a bad rap. Great gun, great hopper for the price. I mean, you can't really go wrong. It's $100 plus the little tool setup. I will admit, they should include some instructions to how to install this. They expect you to automatically know how to install this, and trust me, it took me a while to figure out how to. But after you do, it's easy. And I did have to sand down the little blue lip thingy, but all that really did was make it so if I shake the gun, paintballs will come out. I mean, shake the hopper, paintballs will come out instead of having to use the rip drive, so I suppose that's always good. Another thing, the rip drive. If you run out of paintballs in the middle of a game with a rotor, you're doomed, okay? I'm just saying, you're doomed. In the middle of a game, no paintballs, death by rotor. Because with a rotor, if you die, you run out of paintballs. Whereas with a Halo, if you run out of batteries, which, oh, another thing, rotor only uses 3 batteries, this uses 6. It's a bit much. But if you run out of power, you can, at least, when you have the spring tension on this, I think it's 18 balls per second when you have the spring tension on it. And you should see this thing load, but, yeah, again, not quite sure why Halos have gotten a bad rap, or why people say they're crap. Because they're not. They're really good. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Bye.